Hello everybody, here's Evan as always, but today I have something much more interesting, I would say. Because in the last weekend, I had a video about my changing motivation, basically what are specific things which are changing right now in my life and how it basically changes my motivation during my work week, during my work, during my basically thinking phase, or basically all over my life and in every single moment in my life. So today, I basically, because of my feedback which I got on the last video, which was by the words of my dear friend, a really nice video where there was some kind of idea which I had really nice in my head. I will continue with this idea, and I will also do one thing which I was trying to just basically missed or not missed, get around basically, and it's just writing on the paper with pen and just thinking through your emotions, thinking through your things and your ideas. And I will try to do that because this was activity which I was trying to go around for like few weeks, few months, maybe even more, because I have stopped with meditations some time ago because I don't know, I wasn't really disciplined enough to continue with them, and I maybe didn't believe too much in them. But right now, because of my motivations had changed, and I just see that lots of things which I do doesn't really work on some scale. I have some things which I wanna try, and which why I wanna change, which will basically transform. I will basically write them down, and it will basically help me to understand my thought process more, think the things through more. And I want to give you the process itself, how it looks like, because it will be painful, and if you will watch this video with me, you will enjoy the pain with me. This is kind of the thought which I had for this video. And this video is just for me, for myself, but if you are brave enough to watch with me or watch it really and do it with me, it would be awesome. But the things really which I'm talking about right now is that I'm basically tracking, there's a paper and sheet, but I'm basically talking about like burning out or just being really tired of the work. Let me just zoom in here so you can see it. Okay, awesome. Basically, I'm tracking like every single week. This is different weeks of my work week, and I'm tracking like what's going on in the week, specifically what activities I'm doing for which clients and how much are paid or how much time I'm working. And for like few past months, I'm just seeing this same pattern where I'm working, for example, like here, and just do it here, calendar week on 9, which is February 2026. And basically in February, in the last week of February, I guess, this is starting March, I work for like 54 hours, which is a lot, and my working hours looks like that. I'm basically working on the full focus, and I have specific task in front of me, and I'm just full focusing on it. So it's not like really the same workload as someone has in the basic job, and they are paid for an hour and they're just working on next to the desk and are doing something. My working hours really looks like that. I have specific task and I'm full focusing on it and I'm just doing it. So this 54 hours, for example, are just full focus on the specific task, which is, I guess, hard. This is, for example, 1 week, and I work for like 54 hours in 1 week. I work from Monday to Sunday, and on Sunday I work for like 10 hours straight. Oh, not straight, but nearly 10 hours. 1 week later, let's look at the next week. I work for 47 hours and 22 minutes. But what happened the next day? I had Sunday off, because I was like starved. I have lots of days when I work for like 9 hours and after that 7 hours and lots of hours on Saturday. But the next week I will work just for 20, near that. And I guess I was burned out. I guess I was sick. I didn't want to work. I guess also in this week I actually was sick. I have some troubles with my stomach, but we actually move in on 15th of March. So we are changing flats. So this is also one reason. But basically, I was like working a little bit on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. But the rest of it, I was basically just sick and I wasn't really able to work. Next week, as was the first week of just being in the new flat, I work for like 45 hours. And after that, I work for 49 hours, which is a lot, I guess. It's nearly 50 hours. But the next week, also, okay, let me show it to you. The next week, 51 and a half. So it's like around 50 in the 3 weeks in a row. And after that, there is this week, which is 25. And it's already Sunday. It's 12th of the March. And I was just thinking because this same pattern when I'm working on the full load for like 3-4 weeks straight, and after that I'm just sorry, my battery just died. But there's the same pattern when I'm just working for like 3-4 weeks in a row, like around 50 hours, and after that there is just a week off. And you can see this pattern like moving around really. There's another week. There's like few weeks in a row when I was just off. There's a 30 hours in the middle of February. The week earlier it's 40. The week earlier is 20. It's actually 19 and a half. But the week before that is 65. Because I had fucking boot camp during the whole weekend, and I work a lot during a work week for basic people, the normal people. But we can see this pattern all over the place. There's a 41, 48, 55, and there's a 16. And you can see that I work 60 hours before. The week before I work like 60 hours. The next week I work 16. And you can see that there's 16 hours. So 1 week 55, 2 weeks 48, 3 weeks 41, fourth week 65, and I'm done. So it's like the same kind of way, and it's going all around the place. Let me just change the camera and I will be back to the paper and you can see what I actually mean with that. There's actually some week which I was sorry. This week I just started with tracking, so it doesn't count. But I will be back in a minute. I will take the paper and I will show you something. So I'm back with a new really nice angle, and let me just show it over here. What I mean by that. So basically there's the same pattern, which is basically appearing like every 3-4 weeks, and it's all the time the same. It's basically I'm just this one is good. I'm just working, and I have you can do like this. Okay, there's nothing really watching. Let me just zoom it a little bit more and do it maybe like that. Okay. So there's like week 1 when there's like 50 hours, which is a lot, and I'm working a lot. There's the second week which is the same, and I'm also working a lot. There's a third week which I'm a little bit lower. It's like 55 hours, but the next week is like 20, and it doesn't and the same pattern which is oh my god, it's so fucking bad. And I don't fucking know how to do it better. Let me just change it once more and I will be right back. Okay, here we go. I had a better angle. So basically, there's the same pattern where I'm going basically with the same energy, the same workload. I'm working like 55 to let's say 45 hours a week. But there's after this 3-4 weeks in a row, there's just big, really big down drip over here, whereas there's nothing really much going on. There's like let's say 15 to 25 hours a week, and really nothing more. That's a little bit unfortunate. And the same pattern where I'm going like top. There's like, let's say 40 to 50 hours, and there's a 10. Let's just imagine this scale. I'm going like 2-3 weeks in a row, and after there's big down, big dip just down, and it's for like week, maybe two, and after that it's just big down, big up, and I'm working big down, and it's the same pattern all over the place. But let me just fuck. Give me a minute. My pen just it's not ready for it. I just lost the last ink which was in it, so give me a minute. I'll find new one. Okay, sorry about that. I'm finally back and we can finally continue. It's taken some time, but here we are. Okay, and I'm basically keeping this same kind of workload for like 3-2 weeks, and after that it's big down for like a week or two, and then picked up. It's all over the place. It's like up, down, up, down, up, down. It's always, it's like over here, it's all right. Let's say all right. And okay. Over here, it's just sickness. So I should, yeah, okay, sickness. And over here is good. So time to time in these low points, I'm just all right. Time to time I'm sick. Time to time is C, and that time I'm good. But most of the time I'm just working for like 10 hour or 20, around 20 hours, 20ish, and I'm not really working a lot. And when we just count it all, it looks like that I'm working like, let's say 45 for like 3 weeks, which does 135 for 3 weeks, and after that I'm working at 20. So basically I mean 3 weeks I'm working 45, which does 135 hours for 3 weeks, and after that I'm working for 1 week 20 hours, totally 155, which is even lower than normal week, which is like 160. And I'm thinking about this pattern because I'm averaging around like let me just look at it, but I'm averaging around like 186 in the March. So let me just actually do this so you can actually see that. This is January, let's say February and March. So for example, for March, I'm averaging like 186 and 20 minutes. For February, I'm averaging 140 and 14 minutes, which is even lower than 160. And for January, I have 209 and 20. So let's say in last 3 months, I did total of like ooh, 320, 335, 5, 535, and yeah, 536, something, something. Okay, 536, something, something. And when we divide this, it's like for quarter, the total time. Let me just double check that because I'm not really sure if I got it wrong, but I guess I'm nearly there with my really bad math, which I wasn't that bad in high school, but it's some time ago. It's actually, what the fuck? It looks same. Let me just double check that because I actually missed some keyboards. 209. 40 plus 186. Yeah, I'm actually right. I'm actually right. Okay. Divided by 3, let's say 536 divided by 3. It's 178. Okay. 0.6. Let's say this. This is the average workload which I'm working a month. So it's like in the last 3 months. So it's like 180, nearly there. And I'm thinking that if there's even greater or better way to do that, because of this and my kind of style of working, I'm working like 44 weeks in a row when I do not have any time off and I'm just full focus on the work. And there's 1 week when I'm just totally dead and I don't want to do anything. And it's maybe this week that I don't want to do really anything, but it maybe will continue the next week, which is not really good for me. But that's life. That's some text. Okay, let's move on. So I was thinking like what should be the way to go, and something which basically I can sustain for some time, because for me it's much more harder, or not much more harder, but if I'm working like 55 hours a week, it's not sustainable a lot. So I will break down my workday, and after that I will try to count how many hours should I be working and on what, because there's a little bit of changes in my calendar. So on the basic day, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and I'm basically starting working like maybe 5:20, something like that, a.m. And I'm basically working from like 5:20 up to let's say 8 a.m. I'm working on the hardest stuff which I have in the day. So there's the hard stuff most of the time, and I do not have anything hard. I'm just working on brand or content or anything like that. But most of the time I'm just editing the hard stuff, or the stuff which I don't really like. So no hard editing, just the videos I'm trying to really push forward, and I do not want to do them really from 8 o'clock, which is okay. So this panel, let's say it's like 2.5 hours. So let's say 2:30. And I will count all of the hours during the day, and I will try to just change my calendar to be optimized more for my burning out, really. So from 8 a.m. to mostly like 9 a.m. I'm actually having breakfast. so some time off. And most of the time during breakfast, I was in the past when I was really disciplined. It was like a few months ago, unfortunately. I was reading some books. Right now, I'm just watching YouTube, which is not the best the best activity to do, but it helps me to relax. Or I'm just playing something, which is not also the best activity, and I'm on the way to just stop with the playing, but most of the time right now is just watching YouTube, the best or the biggest activity on the list, which I do during my breakfast. After that, from 9 a.m., I have basically another like period of, let's say, work period, and I'm working up to 12:30, so let's say 12:30, and it's PM. And actually in this time I mostly do outbound, which is like cold reach, basically just writing messages to potential clients and getting their leads or whatever. It's just outbound for us. After that, I'm editing, or I'm doing some task for, let's say, the harder tasks for the clients. And it's like, let me just show it through. It's like 3.5 hours. So let's say 3:30. From around 12:30 up to 1:30, something like that. Time to time, it's like from 12 to 1 p.m. I have lunch. So it's like from 12:30 to 1 p.m. I having lunch, which during the eating, or when I eat, I basically do the same activities. In the past, in like few weeks ago, I tend to reading during my foods or my meals, but when I was in stress and I had just lots of work to do, I actually didn't read a lot. I just went back to watching YouTube. So it's like the same activities as for the breakfast, and it's unfortunately near the same. This is like my activities when I'm alone. When there is a partner, and there is my partner in the house, in the flat, so we are basically spending the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner together, and we are eating together. But when I'm here alone, I'm just keeping it with the YouTube reading or whatever. From like 1:30, or yeah, let's say 1:30 p.m., I'm trying to have at least like 40 minutes up to 2 p.m. or 2:30, around like 30 minutes outside, which is something which I basically skipped a lot in like past few months, because I was doing different things, and I didn't really want to spend a lot of time in the cold winter. And when I had a good dog with me, and I was living with dog, at least he went out. But when I was basically sick, I didn't want to do that either. So right now, when it's finally March, or sorry, it's already April, and the sun is going really nice. Time to time, not really today, unfortunately, but I'm going to at least 30 minutes outside for some sunshine with my guitar. So it's some time off, really, to just slow down, maybe have a like a. Mostly I'm having like with the guitar, I'm having times when I just slow down, and it's a meditation for me a little bit. But from like, let's say 2 p.m. up to uh, up to 5 p.m. Most of the time is much more, but let's say in this example, it's up to 5 p.m. I'm working, and I'm having mostly some tasks which are easier to do for me. It's another 3 hours. So let's count down. This will basically come down up to 9 hours a day. I will just do the rest, and I will continue with the idea of 9. And after 5 p.m., I mostly go to from 5 p.m. up to like 6 or 7 p.m. I'm mostly working out. And after that, there's just dinner. So there's nothing special, really. There's just working out, and after that, there's dinner. Of course, the things like shower, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot, like all of that. So to working out, I have gym just behind me. But my workday is basically includes like around 8 to 9, really, 8 to 9 hours of working. And I'm just thinking how I will distribute that, because when I see that my calendar is not sustainable when I'm working like 50 hours, I'm not supposed to right now work 50 hours, stuff like that. So I'm trying to think about really what will be my plan for the next month, which I will try to change, really. Some type of changes which I will try to do. So I will basically change the schedule. So my burnouts are not that often, and I have few ideas for it. First is basically that I will work when my partner is gone. So when I am alone, but most of the time there's like 1 week when she has like 6 work days, and after that there's another week when she has like 2. So it's not really working, unfortunately. But this is the first good point. The second one is to have time off during weekends. So the good idea would be like have Monday up to Thursday 9, which is 36, and after that on Friday have 9 or 8 or 7, and finish between like 40 to 45 hours a week, which is also really doable. Another plan, which could be, and I have like weekends off, but time to time there's not really time to have, or possibility to have weekends off, unfortunately. And there is also things to do, but the third option could be like have every day at least few hours of work, and the rest of it I can just distribute, or I have just time off for reading, working out, or whatever I would love to do. So time to time I can work like let's say 5 hours or maybe 7 hours. 7 hours for like 6 days, and after that I can just have time off on Sunday, so I can work from like Monday up to Saturday, 6 hours, just the first 2 blocks. I would finish my work before lunch, and after that I would be just free for the rest of the day. And I would have Sundays off. And these are just 3 ideas which I really come up right now. I didn't really went through or think about through. This is actually I'm disappearing, or not really disappearing. I'm going through the process and through the thought process right now in the place over here in the video, and I do not have anything prepared. There's everything freestyle, and yeah, this is just ideas, so you understand that there is no preparation for this video. Okay, so I have like those 9 hours a day, and I was thinking, why also do I have so much burnout time to time? And I have really a lot of like stress levels. Stress levels, I guess. I do not have any type of way to just measure my stress levels, but unfortunately, I think are really big. And I think that the reason for it is really that there's so much things going on, and I have responsibilities for it most of the time, and that's the reason I have to I have stress level big, and also this also the part of the reason I'm burnout, or I burn out recently, and it's getting back to me time to time, every month, I would say, nearly every month. So how to avoid that I will burn out? Another reason or another thing which could basically help me if it could be just working out. I'm just thinking I'll just write down a list, going outside, working out, being with my partner, let's say more, so, or being with my friends. Okay, there's not really much space right now in the paper. I'm sorry for the camera angle, but there is nothing really much I can do better right now, I think. So, and I will do much more those stuff, and I will keep, let's say, working day or working week around 40 to 45 hours a week. I think that I would, and I can keep it sustainable for some time. It will be much more easier for me to keep this grind going, because there's lots of things which I am basically skipping in my grind season, which I would describe the period of time which I'm right now in, and I'm just trying to basically in my let's break it down, in my grind period or grind season, let's call it. My grind season, we just zoom in a little bit more so you can see something. In my grind season, I'm focusing basically on just working or reading, and there's nothing much really, or just being with my partner. So partner, and there's nothing else. And going outside maybe time to time during my pause on after lunch or before lunch or whatever. And those are like 4 things or 4 objects which I focus during the grind season, which I thought I'm right now from April, but from April I basically work a little bit and I burn out. So I'm just disappointed because of myself, but I guess it's not really a reason to be disappointed. I'm still having all of the rights, all of the work done, catching on my schedule. There's nothing bad which happened to me or happened to the clients, and everything is right and all right in terms of any problems or any things which happened. So there's no reason to be unhappy, but I'm still because I'm trying to hit 50 hours a week, and it basically destroys me. So I guess I have to keep the hours, let's say maximum of 9 hours a day. After that, maximum of 45 hours a week, with like at least 1 day off. And after that, there is still 4 things which I have to do, which is working, reading, partner, and outside. I guess it's doable. I don't know how to do that correctly, and I don't know how if I will be really good at it. Well, I guess those are the big things which I have to do right now. Let me just stop this camera and show my face once again. There's not really an outcome for this video. I just wanted to do this video, and I just wanted to record it so you see how painful it is. And I wanted to record that, so I finally do that because I was trying to do everything else, rest of that, just writing down on the paper what I think or I want to do, and I finally did it. Fortunately, because of this video, it's not a great video. It will be really bad. I mean, this is like this is just bad. You know, this is the thing which holds my camera, and there's a fucking paper on the table. Like production of this video, the idea of this video, my preparation. There's nothing. There is nothing. What really holds some level, but I think this was the goal, really, to go for it without any preparation, any wasting time and anything else, and just go for it and see how it will be done. And I actually like that. I liked really just doing something on the paper. I just have to think about a better way of holding the camera better than this, because this is really terrible. And I actually have some results. I guess I have this. I don't know if you even are able to read that, but at least for me, it's some type of results which I got from this exercise, and I will try to do my best of not burning out and basically creating better systems which I will be in, which will help me to achieve my goals. For example, just working less instead of working even harder. See you in the next week. Have a great week, and bye.